God, I would give anything to live Faith's life.
People see smiles, but never the pain hiding behind them. Sometimes, the life we pray for is the life someone else is praying to escape. There was a woman named Gloria, and if you ever meet her, you would think she had the happiest soul in the world. Gloria laughed easily, not the fake kind of laughter people force to survive the day, but the kind that came from someone who genuinely tried to find beauty in little things. She smiled at strangers. She danced while cooking. She sang in the shower even when she forgets the lyrics. She was the type of woman who could turn an ordinary house into a home simply by existing inside it. But even happy people have silent desires. And Gloria had one. Every single time she looked at her best friend, Faith, she felt like life had been unfair to her. Faith had everything Gloria dreamed about: luxury cars, designer clothes, business trips, beautiful vacations, expensive dinners, a glamorous life that looked perfect from the outside. And every time Faith posted pictures online, perfect smiles, perfect makeup, perfect life, Gloria would stay quietly at her phone and whisper to herself, Hmm, God, when will it be my turn? Because Gloria believed happiness looked expensive. She believed peace wore designer heels. She believed joy lived inside luxury apartments and first class flights. Meanwhile, Gloria lived a simple life: a small apartment, simple clothes, simple routines, no luxury vacation, no expensive lifestyle, just an ordinary woman living an ordinary life. But what Gloria failed to notice was the man sitting quietly beside her every night. Her husband loved her deeply, not loudly, not in a way social media could celebrate, but intentionally, carefully, purely. He remembered little things: the way she liked her tea, the songs that made her emotional, the fact that she got anxious during thunderstorms. He noticed when her smile looked tired. He held her hand while driving. He kissed her forehead before leaving for work. And every Friday evening, no matter how tired he was, he took Gloria out. Sometimes not even to expensive places, but just quiet little restaurants, street food stands, small rooftops cafes, places where they could laugh together, places where he could look at her like she was still the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. But Gloria could not see any of it clearly anymore because comparison has slowly poisoned gratitude inside her heart. Every time Faith arrived in a new luxury car, Gloria admired her. Every time Faith traveled overseas for businesses, Gloria envied her. Every time Faith entered a room wearing elegance and confidence, Gloria felt smaller, poorer, less successful. And what hurt most was that Faith always looked happy, always smiling, always glowing, always shining. So Gloria started wishing dangerous things, things people should never wish for. One night, after scrolling through Faith's glamorous vacation photos, Gloria sat beside her bedroom window. Rain tapped softly against the glass. The room was dark except for the moonlight touching her face. And quietly, she whispered,
God, I would give anything to live Faith's
God,
life.
I am tired of this simple life. I want what Faith has. I want a life. I want to be admired too. I want luxury. I want beauty. I want excitement. I am willing to trade Everything for life like ours. Silence. Deep silence. And sometimes life becomes strange after dangerous prayers. Because not long after that, Gloria started noticing things she had never noticed before. Faith's smiles looked forced. Sometimes her eyes looked tired. Even in expensive dresses, there was sadness hidden inside her face. But Gloria ignored it because when people envy others, they only see what they want to see. One evening, Faith invited Gloria to dinner at a beautiful restaurant downtown. The restaurant was elegant. Soft piano music played in the background. People laughed softly around them. Everything looked beautiful. But Faith looked broken. Gloria noticed immediately. For the first time since their friendship began, Faith was quiet, very quiet. No glamorous stories, no excited talks, no laughter, just silence. And then, suddenly, Faith smiled weakly and said,
You're
"You're lucky,
lucky,
Gloria."
Gloria.
Gloria
Lucky?
laughed in
Me?
confusion. Lucky? Me? Faith nodded slowly. "You have something money could never give me." Gloria stared at her, not understanding. Faith looked away for a moment as tears gathered in her eyes. Then she whispered softly, "Peace." That single word changed the atmosphere completely. For the first time, the perfect woman no longer looked perfect. Faith took a deep breath and finally said the truth that had hidden for years. "You always admire my life, but Gloria, you don't know what happens after I go home." Gloria stayed silent. Faith continued, "My husband doesn't love me." The word landed heavily, not dramatic, not loud, just painfully honest. But Faith smiled bitterly. "He provides money, lots of it, but he doesn't see me." She looked down at her trembling hands. "I can buy anything I want except affection." Tears rolled slowly down her cheeks. I returned home from exhausting business trips, hoping someone will ask how I feel, but no one does. He doesn't notice when I cry. He doesn't care when I'm hurting. He sleeps beside me every night, yet I have never felt so alone. Gloria's heart started breaking quietly because suddenly all the luxury she admired started looking empty. Faith continued speaking, and every sentence felt heavier than the last. "You know what hurts the most?" Gloria shook her head slowly. Faith smiled sadly. "The way your husband looks at you." Gloria froze. "I see it every time we meet. The way he pays attention to you. The way he protects your heart. The way he listens when you speak." Faith wiped her tears gently. "Gloria, do you know how painful it is to have a mansion that feels colder than loneliness?" Silence. Deep silence. And then Faith finally whispered the sentence Gloria would never forget for the rest of her life.
Gloria, you are living the life I cry for every night.
"You're living the life I pray for every night." At that moment, everything inside Gloria changed because suddenly she realized something terrifying. She had spent years begging God for a life someone else was desperately trying to survive. That night, Gloria went home differently. The same roads looked different. The same apartment looked different. The same life looked different. When she opened the door, her husband immediately stood up from the couch. "There you are," he said softly. "I was worried. You weren't answering your phone." Then he walked towards her, held her gently, and kissed her forehead. Such a simple moment, such an ordinary moment. But this time, Gloria saw it clearly. Love, pure love, not performance, not luxury, not social media happiness, real love. The kind people overlook every day while chasing appearances. And suddenly, Gloria started crying. Her husband became worried immediately. What happened? But Gloria only hugged him tighter because for the first time in years, she finally understood how rich she truly was. That night, they ate simple food together, they laughed together, talked about random things, and Gloria realized something powerful. Peace is very expensive. Genuine love is rare. And some people surrounded by luxury are emotionally starving. Days passed and Gloria changed. She stopped comparing, stopped envying, stopped measuring her life against someone else's highlight reels. Instead, she became grateful. Grateful for morning kisses, grateful for small dinner dates, grateful for emotional safety, grateful for a man who cared about her soul more than appearance. And slowly, her happiness returned deeper than before. Not because her life became luxurious, but because she finally saw the beauty that had always been there. Meanwhile, Faith also changed. For the first time, she stopped pretending, stopped hiding behind expensive clothes and fake smiles. She started confronting the emptiness in her marriage, started choosing herself emotionally, started healing. And strangely enough, the two friends became closer than ever before. Because now their friendship was no longer built on envy, it was built on trust. And maybe that is the saddest thing about human beings. We spend so much time envying lives we do not fully understand. We see photographs, but not the pain. We see success, but not loneliness. We see beauty, but not silent suffering. And sometimes the person you envy is secretly looking at your life, wondering how it will feel to be truly loved. So before you compare your life to someone else, remember this. Not every smile means happiness. Not every luxury means peace. Not every simple life is lacking. Because sometimes the most valuable things in life cannot be photographed. Love, peace, safety, presence, care, and the simple blessing of being deeply seen by someone who truly loves you. The life Gloria once called ordinary eventually became the life she treasured most, and the life she once envied became the life she no longer desired. Because she finally learned this truth. A beautiful life is not measured by how glamorous it looks from the outside, but by how peaceful it feels when the doors close at night.